Question 105. A team conducting research in remote locations without internet access. The team plans to use Amazon services for storage. They accumulate petabytes of information. Which service is most suitable for transferring petabytes of information? And the options are A. Amazon S3, B. Amazon Elastic Block Store, C. Amazon S3 Glacier, D. AWS Snowball. And the correct answer is option D, AWS Snowball. Explanation. The AWS Snowball service uses physical storage devices to transfer large amounts of data between Amazon Simple Storage Service and your on-site data storage location at faster than internet speeds. By working with AWS Snowball, you can save time and money. Snowball provides powerful interfaces that you can use to create jobs, track data, and track your job's status through to completion. Snowball devices are physically rugged devices protected by the AWS Key Management Service. They secure and protect your data in transit. Option A is incorrect because Amazon S3 is the most suitable object storage when there is internet connectivity. In this scenario, there is none. Option B is incorrect because Amazon ABS provides block-level storage volumes suitable for operating systems, database instances, and application. For the research team to store data to detached EBS volumes, they would need internet connectivity. In this scenario, the remote location does not have connectivity. Option C is incorrect because S3 Glacier is used for infrequent access, not uses. It is unsuitable for this scenario. Next question. Which of the following AWS services use serverless technology? Select two options. And the options are A. DynamoDB, B. AWS OpenSearch, C. Simple Storage Service, D. AWS Autoscaling. And the correct answers are option A. DynamoDB and C. Simple Storage Service. Explanation. The Simple Storage Service and DynamoDB are services where you don't need to manage the underlying infrastructure. Options B and D are incorrect. They are not considered serverless technologies. Next question. Which disaster recovery mechanism has the highest possible downtime? And the options are A. Pilot Light, B. Warm Standby, C. Multi-site, D. Backup and Restore. And the correct answer is option D. Backup and Restore. Explanation. The below snapshot from the AWS documentation shows the spectrum of the disaster recovery methods. Next question. Your company plans to set up a web-based application on AWS. Users from around the world will need access to the website. You have to ensure that users around the world are able to use the web application seamlessly. Which of the following AWS services should be part of the architecture? And the options are A. AWS S3, B. AWS ECS, C. AWS CloudFront, D. AWS EFS. And the correct answer is option C. AWS CloudFront. Explanation. Amazon CloudFront is a content delivery network offered by Amazon Web Services. Content Delivery Network provide a globally distributed network of proxy servers that cache content such as web videos or other bulky media more locally to consumers, thus improving access speed for downloading the content. Option A is incorrect. S3 can be used to host the website, but distributing the web content around the world needs CloudFront. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Elastic Container Service is a highly scalable, high-performance container management service that supports Docker containers and allows you to easily run applications on a managed cluster of Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud instances. Option D is incorrect. Amazon EFS is a cloud-based file storage service which can be accessed by 1 to thousands of EC2 instances from multiple AZs concurrently. Next question. An application requires a highly available relational database with an initial storage capacity of 8 TB. The database will grow by 8 GB every day. To support expected traffic, at least 8 read replicas will be required to handle database reads. Which option will meet these requirements? And the options are A. Amazon DynamoDB, B. Amazon S3, C. Amazon Aurora, D. Amazon Redshift. And the correct answer is option C. Amazon Aurora. Explanation. Amazon Aurora is up to 5 times faster than standard MySQL databases and 3 times faster than standard PostgreSQL databases. It provides the security, availability, and reliability of commercial databases at 1/10 of the cost. Amazon Aurora is fully managed by Amazon Relational Database Service, which automates time-consuming administration tasks like hardware provisioning, database setup, patching, and backups. Amazon Aurora features a distributed, fault-tolerant, self-healing storage system that auto-scales up to 64 TB per database instance. It delivers high performance and availability with up to 50 low-latency read replicas, point-in-time recovery, continuous backup to Amazon S3, and replication across 3 availability zones. Option A is incorrect. Amazon DynamoDB is not a relational database. Amazon DynamoDB is a fully managed, serverless, key-value NoSQL database. DynamoDB offers built-in security, continuous backups, automated multi-region replication, in-memory caching, and data export tools. Option B is incorrect. S3 is an object storage. Option D is incorrect. Amazon Redshift is a fully managed data warehouse service in the cloud. You can start with just a few hundred gigabytes of data and scale to a petabyte or more. This enables you to use your data to acquire new insights for your business and customers. Next question. The security policy of an organization requires an application to encrypt data before writing it to the disk. Which solution should the organization use to meet this requirement? And the options are A. AWS KMS API, B. AWS Certificate Manager, C. AWS Security Token Service, D. IAM Access Key. And the correct answer is option A. AWS KMS API. Explanation. AWS Key Management Service is a managed service that makes it easy for you to create and control the encryption keys used to encrypt your data. AWS KMS is integrated with other AWS services, including Amazon Elastic Block Store, Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon Redshift, Amazon Elastic Transcoder, Amazon Workmail, Amazon Relational Database Service, and others to make it simple to encrypt your data with encryption keys that you manage. Option B is incorrect. The AWS Certificate Manager can be used to generate SSL certificates to encrypt traffic in transit, but not at rest. Option C is incorrect. AWS Security Token Service is used for issuing tokens while using the API gateway for traffic in transit. Option D is incorrect. IAM is used for providing secure access to AWS resources. Next question. Your company plans to offload some batch processing workloads to AWS. These jobs can be interrupted and resumed at any time. For this purpose, which of the following instance types would be the most cost effective? And the options are A. On-demand instance, B. Spot instance, C. Reserved instances, D. Partial upfront reserved instances. And the correct answer is option B. Spot instance. Explanation. Spot instances are a cost-effective choice if you can be flexible about when your applications run and if your applications can be interrupted. For example, spot instances are well suited for data analysis, batch jobs, background processing, and optional tasks. Option A is incorrect. On-demand instances are not cost-effective. Option C is incorrect. Full upfront reserved instance is the better choice than on-demand and partial upfront reserved. But since the usage is flexible, you don't need to reserve an instance. The Spot is a better option for batch jobs and flexible use cases. Option D is incorrect. Same as option C. Partial upfront reserved instance is not cost effective. Next question. Your company is building container-based applications. Currently, they are using Kubernetes for their on-premises Docker orchestration. Now, they wanted to migrate the workload to AWS without having to manage the orchestration service infrastructure. Which of the following could be used for this purpose? And the options are A. AWS Elastic Beanstalk, B. AWS ECS, C. AWS EC2, D. Amazon EKS, and the correct answer is option D. Amazon EKS. Explanation. Amazon EKS integrates Kubernetes with AWS Fargate by using controllers that are built by AWS using the upstream extensible model provided by Kubernetes. These controllers run as part of the Amazon EKS managed Kubernetes control plane and are responsible for scheduling native Kubernetes pods onto Fargate. Option A is incorrect. AWS Elastic Beanstalk is an easy-to-use service for deploying and scaling web applications and services developed with Java, Net, PHP, Node, JS, Python, Ruby, Go, and Docker on familiar servers such as Apache, Nginx, Passenger, and IIS. Beanstalk not be used to migrate Kubernetes workload. Option B is incorrect. You have to manage Kubernetes infrastructure. EC2 will add maintenance overhead for the company. Option C is incorrect. This would add maintenance overhead for the company, and the question mentions that the company doesn't want to manage the infrastructure. Next question. You are asked to investigate recent activities resulting in the deletion of resources in an AWS account. Which of the following services would be able to capture the API activities? And the options are A. AWS Cloud Watch, B. Amazon Inspector, C. AWS Guard Duty, D. AWS Cloud Trail. And the correct answer is option D. AWS Cloud Trail. Explanation. AWS Cloud Trail is an AWS service that helps you enable governance, compliance, and operational and risk auditing of your AWS account. Actions taken by a user, role, or an AWS service are recorded as events in Cloud Trail. Events include actions taken in the AWS Management Console, AWS Command Line Interface, and AWS SDKs and APIs. Visibility into your AWS account activity is a key aspect of security and operational best practices. You can use CloudTrail to view, search, download, archive, analyze, and respond to account activity across your AWS infrastructure. You can identify who or what took which action, what resources were acted upon, when the event occurred, and other details to help you analyze and respond to activity in your AWS account. Optionally, you can enable AWS CloudTrail Insights on a trail to help you identify and respond to unusual activity. Option A is incorrect. CloudWatch collects monitoring and operational data in the form of logs, metrics, and events, and visualizes it using automated dashboards so you can get a unified view of your AWS resources, applications, and services that run on AWS and on-premises. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Inspector is an automated vulnerability management service that continually scans AWS workloads for software vulnerabilities and unintended network exposure. Option C is incorrect. Amazon Guard Duty is a threat detection service that continuously monitors your AWS accounts and workloads for malicious activity and delivers detailed security findings for visibility and remediation. Next question. Which of the below statement is correct regarding AWS global infrastructure? And the options are A. Each AWS region has multiple availability zones. B. Many AWS regions have single availability zone. C. availability zones are also known as AWS local zones. D. To provide high availability, AWS Management Console and Control Plane are isolated to a single region. And the correct answer is option A. Each AWS region has multiple availability zones. Explanation. The statement is correct. AWS region has multiple availability zones. Option B is incorrect. AWS region consists of availability zones. Option C is incorrect. Availability zones and AWS local zones are different. Option D is incorrect. AWS Management Console and Control Plane utilize multi-AZs and are distributed across the AWS regions. Next question. The deployment cycle for your on-premise application was around 3 to 4 weeks. When monolithic application was redesigned as microservices, they can be deployed on AWS Cloud within 2 to 3 days. In this case, how does moving to the AWS Cloud benefit you? And the options are A. Improved elasticity. B. Improved flexibility. C. Improved agility. D. Improved resilience. And the correct answer is option C. Improved agility. Explanation. Using an agile environment provided by AWS Cloud, you can release application features much faster than a traditional on-premise environment. Option A is incorrect. Elasticity is the ability to scale resources on demand whenever there is an increase in load on the existing infrastructure. This value proposition will benefit in substantial cost savings, where I need not have to guess my capacity upfront. Option B is incorrect. Flexibility is the ability to utilize a broad range of products depending on the application and infrastructure demands. For example, there are a broad range of EC2 instance pricing models ranging from on-demand instances to reserved instances to spot instances, and EC2 instance types like general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized. This will help with low or no cost entries into the AWS cloud. Option D is incorrect. Operational resiliency results in the improvement of defined SLAs and reducing unplanned outages that would result in downtime. The features of high availability, fault tolerance gives rise to a resilient system. Next question. Which of the following could be used to deploy popular technologies on AWS according to AWS best practices? Which would help you to reduce manual procedures to just a few steps so that you can build and start using your AWS environment within minutes? And the options are A. AWS Elastic Beanstalk. B. AWS OpsWorks. C. AWS Quick Starts. D. AWS Cloud Formation. And the correct answer is option C. AWS Quick Starts. Explanation. Quick Starts are automated reference deployments built by Amazon Web Services solutions architects and AWS partners. You can reduce hundreds of manual procedures to just a few steps so that you can build and start using your environment within minutes. Option A is incorrect. AWS Elastic Beanstalk helps in web applications and services scaling and deployment. However, we need to provide the code. Option B is incorrect. Aimed is specifically for Chef and Puppet. AWS OpsWorks helps facilitate managed instances of Chef and Puppet. Option D is incorrect. CloudFormation automates provisioning and updating your infrastructure in a safe and controlled manner. Next question. A developer wants to migrate his Git repositories to AWS and keep his source code secure. Which AWS service can the developer use? And the options are A. AWS CodeStar. B. Amazon Code Guru. C. AWS Code Pipeline. D. AWS Code Commit. And the correct answer is option D. AWS Code Commit. Explanation. AWS Code Commit helps in hosting Git-based repository securely. AWS Code Commit is a fully managed service and provides source control services. Option A is incorrect. AWS CodeStar is a cloud-based AWS service that helps in swift and quick development and building and deploying applications in AWS. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Code Guru is an ML-powered development tool that provides code quality improvement recommendations. Option C is incorrect. AWS Code Pipeline is a fully managed workflow management tool that facilitates automation of various phases of the release process. Next question. Your company stores its files in Amazon S3. These files are not frequently accessed. Nevertheless, if data is requested within 6 months, it must be available immediately. The data must be preserved for historical purposes after 6 months. What is the best S3 storage class lifecycle available with the lowest possible cost? And the options are: A. Store data for the first 6 months in S3 standard and move data to Glacier after that. B. Store data the first 6 months in S3 1 zone, IA, and move data to Glacier after that. C. Store data the first 6 months in S3 standard IA and move data to Glacier after that. D. Store data in Glacier and use expedited retrieval for accessing data immediately. And the correct answer is option B. Store data the first 6 months in S3 1 zone IA and move data to Glacier after that. Explanation. As explained in the question, the data is infrequently accessed for the first 6 months and then archived for long-term storage. S3 1 zone IA offers the best cost-effective solution for infrequently accessed data. Since the lowest cost is desired here, we can overlook the resilience model offered by high availability storage solutions. After 6 months, data can be moved to Glacier for archival purposes. Option A is incorrect, since it is not advisable to store data in S3 standard, that is, not frequently accessed. S3 standard will incur higher cost for this scenario. Option C is incorrect. S3 standard IA is more cost effective than its S3 standard counterpart for infrequently accessed data, but we do not select it as the best available option compared to the pricing of S3 1 zone IA, which offers a 20% subsidized cost compared to S3 standard IA. Option D is incorrect because Glacier offers a way to store archival data rather than storing it for frequent or infrequent access. Also, expedited retrieval costs are greater than S3 1. Thank you for watching this video. Buy our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner CLF-C01 premium questions with 50% off. Check link in the description.